I still remember the day I found out the truth, or at least what she thought was the truth. My husband had passed away unexpectedly, and I was already drowning in grief. I thought I could count on his family for support. Instead, his mother laughed in my face. Literally. She leaned back in her chair, eyes glinting, and said, "You were never legally married to my son. You have no right to anything." I froze. The words hit me like a punch to the chest. "What are you talking about?" I asked, my voice shaking. She pulled out a folder filled with papers and documents, slamming them onto the table. "These say it all. Your marriage certificate is invalid. You have no legal claim." My heart sank. I had believed in the legitimacy of our marriage, signed the papers, and shared a life with him for years. How could she deny it now, at the moment I needed her most? I asked to see the documents. Carefully, I flipped through them. They were copies of forms, some filled incorrectly, some missing signatures. She had found every small technicality she could use to discredit me. I wanted to scream, cry, and run all at once. But I knew reacting emotionally would play into her hands. I had to remain calm, even while my world felt like it was collapsing. I called my lawyer immediately. We began reviewing the case, digging through marriage records, witness statements, and official documents. I had never needed legal proof more than I did at that moment. As the investigation continued, I learned that my marriage was perfectly legal. The errors she claimed existed were either clerical mistakes or things she had exaggerated to make me look invalid. When I confronted her with the facts, she laughed again. "You think you can just prove this with papers," she said. "You're delusional if you think you can take what's rightfully mine." Her confidence was infuriating. Every word, every laugh, every smirk seemed designed to push me to the edge. But I kept my composure, knowing that evidence would speak louder than her arrogance. I obtained notarized documents, witness statements, and legal verification of our marriage. I presented everything to her in a formal meeting, my lawyer beside me. She went pale. For the first time, the smugness in her eyes faltered. Her laughter vanished, replaced by a tight, forced smile. You have all of this," she stammered. I nodded calmly. "Yes. You were wrong." The next few days were tense. She tried to argue, to find some loophole, but nothing worked. Every attempt crumbled under the weight of undeniable proof. Eventually, she stopped calling me. She stopped sending messages. Even my husband's siblings began to accept that I was his legal wife and entitled to the respect and inheritance that came with it. It was bittersweet. I had won, but only because I had fought through grief, legal threats, and humiliation. Nothing could replace the love of my husband, but at least I had justice on my side. I realized that sometimes, the hardest battles are not with strangers but with the people closest to the ones you love. And winning requires patience, evidence, and a refusal to let lies dominate. I held a quiet memorial for my husband, surrounded by friends who supported me, while she watched silently from a distance, powerless. In the end, her laughter was silenced not by anger, but by facts. And the moment she realized she couldn't win was the moment I felt the first true relief since his death. Even though she tried to erase my marriage, the truth remained. I was his wife. I always had been. And that was a reality she could never take away.